Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's lovely to have you if you're new or returning. Big thanks if you've subscribed, shared or liked, it means a lot to me, so thank you so much for doing that. So today's reading we're doing, aren't we, you versus them, your feelings versus their feelings, do they match up? We've got our 3 piles, and what I've done is today is I've actually used 3 oracle cards, 3 oracle decks, and we're going to be using those periodically through your reading. So the first one is the Work Your Light Oracle with the beautiful Lapis Lazuli heart. The second is the Earth Wisdom Oracle with the gorgeous green Aventurine. And the third oracle is the Sufi Wisdom with the blue lace agate there, the equally gorgeous blue lace agate. So those are the 3 piles as usual. Go for the one that's calling for you. There might be more than one pile. Remember, it's a general reading, so just take the messages that feel right to you. You never have to take a message that doesn't feel right. And it's timeless, so it's good for whenever you're finding it. But other than that, I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 1, and welcome back to your reading. So today we're doing, aren't we, your feelings, how you're feeling about the connection, how they're feeling about the connection. Let's see if any of that matches up or if there's any correlation. I'm going to take an initial oracle card from your oracle deck that you chose, which was the beautiful Work Your Light Oracle plus this gorgeous Lapis Lazuli heart. And I'm just going to put that there so that we can see it throughout our reading. Turn that around there like that. So yeah, so we're just going to get a little bit of a sense of, like I say, your feelings, their feelings, and then there may be some advice or guidance at the end from spirits. But let's start off by just getting a one card, maybe of where is pile number 1 and their person right now. Please can you tell me a sense of where is pile number 1 and their person right now? What's the joint energy? Please can you tell me? Okay, so we've got 2 that have come out here. Oh, so we've got the crumbling, and this is called What Are You Clinging Onto? And then we've also got yes, just say yes. Okay, so maybe in this situation, just from this at the moment, you're in a situation, it might be going through a rocky time, you might be in separation from this person, because the crumbling always reminds me a little bit of the tower in the tarot, because it is like a crumbling tower. And the tower in the tarot is when something's secure, stable, solid, or maybe you thought was secure, stable and solid, crumbles. It comes to it falls really. So it might signify the end of a relationship, or something happening in the relationship, something coming to light in a relationship, maybe something shocking, some revelation, something like that, that brings the stability and the security of the situation into question and can lead to separation. And it is usually a very painful process, or it can be a painful process. So if you are going through that at the moment, then I'm really sorry about that pile number 1, because that is when you go through the tower, it's a very difficult time. And everything, like I say, you thought that was stable and secure has come tumbling down. Now, it might be that you're in separation from this person, that it ended shockingly, that it ended in a difficult way, that it ended painfully. But somebody here wants to say yes, for whatever that means. Either yes to them, or you want them to say yes to you. Maybe they want some reunion or something like that. Or they want the positives to be brought back into the situation, because underneath the tower it says, what are you clinging on to? So this situation for many of you might be a bit of a crossroads, or you might be thinking, why am I bothering to hang on to this? Should I hang on to this connection? Do I need to stay in this connection? Should I carry on thinking about this connection? Maybe somebody's dreaming about, reconciliation or reconnecting again, and they really want you, or you really want them to say yes to the connection again, or you need them, with this, are you clinging on to? Maybe you need something from them, or they need something from you, some kind of sign to show them that you are still interested, or for them to show you that they're still interested. Something like that might be going on in this connection for some of you. But anyway, let's start off. Let's just take a little bit of time, not too much, because obviously you know how you're feeling, but let's get a bit of a sense, and then it's also a good way for you to check if you're in the right. That's a good way as well for you to check if you're in the right pile. If that doesn't sound like your situation at all, then you might want another pile or another reading. But anyway, let's see what How is pile number 1 feeling right now in this connection and towards their person? How are they feeling right now? I feel like these two want to come out and that one. Let's have a look. Or 4, actually. I wasn't expecting that many, but Judgment. The World. The Knight of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. Right, I mean, I think how you're feeling is that you definitely want, what's it called when you check the deck? Yeah, I mean, if there's something that's gone wrong in this situation, or something hasn't been right in this situation, with the crumbling, I feel like you want it to be put right. So I'm feeling like if you're in a separation, you're not in any contact, you're not with this person anymore, you've had a row, or there's been an argument, or the situation, or you're with somebody and it's just going, you know, you're at a point, you're at a crossroads and you're thinking, you know, I'm just hanging on here, I don't know why I'm hanging on, but I'm just hanging on here. What you want is for things to be put right, for things to be balanced, for things to be brought back into balance. I think you want to be back in this situation. Your feelings are that you want to be back in this situation, but you want it to shift in some way, or you want it to change in some way. You want it to rise up, and I think with the Judgment card, that is like a rising up, a leveling up to something better. It's like a call to action. So maybe if you have been in separation from this person, or you've taken time to think, or the two of you have parted, or something has made you come into separation, I feel like you want some action now. Like there's a call, there's like you want some movement with it. You want to know where you're going in this connection. You want something from them, some indication from them that this is going to move forward, it's going to rise up, it's going to be better. You want a new cycle with the World here, because the World card does talk about the endings of cycles, but also new cycles beginning. There might be an element of frustration for some of you. You might think things are going a little bit too slowly. Or it might be something that you feel you like things to build up back again with this person slowly, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow sort of moving energy. You might be feeling that person is a little bit resistant, that they are a bit resistant, they're a bit closed off from you emotionally. You might be feeling a bit closed off emotionally as well, but my sense is that you definitely feel that you want some justice somehow in this situation, or you want it to be right, put right in some way, something like that. I mean, maybe this person is coming towards you again and they want you to say yes, and you're just not sure, or something like that. Yeah, but I feel like somebody is clinging on to something and somebody wants to hold on. There might be that going on. Or you might be going through mixed feelings of sometimes wanting to hold on to the connection and then sometimes not being sure. But there's a need for a plan. I feel like you really want a plan. You want to get some action going. You want this situation to be back on track. And there might be an element of frustration if it's going slowly, or you don't sense much kind of movement or much action. For you, I feel like you just feel like you want it to happen again, or you want it to start again, or you want it to begin again, or you want there to be action, or it could be as well that you just want a clean break. The other side of this is that you know you whatever it is, either in this situation or out of this situation, there needs to be a shift. There needs to be an end to stalemate. There needs to be just say yes to moving forward, to going forward with purpose and with focus. And I sense for some of you that, you know, what's important for you is that you just get some movement in this situation, that it comes out of stalemate. And one way or another, you kind of get an idea from them whether they want to be in it or whether they don't. And either way, you're going to get your rising up, you're going to get your moving on, you're going to get your new start that's going to be based on truth, honesty, fairness, a balance, really. I think if there's been chaos, if there's been destruction, if there's been turmoil, if there's been shocking events, you know, what you want is restored balance in your life. I think you would ideally want it with them, but I think what you want more than anything is an end to indecision and doubt and things not being clear and confusion. You just want to know, really, is this situation, you know, does this person want to be with me or not? And if they don't, I'm just going to get on with my life anyway. That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. Now, how does pile number one's person feel? Let's see, how does pile number one's person feel? In terms of astrological signs, with the Knight of Pentacles could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I see also Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. Those are just some of the astrological signs that I am seeing. Obviously Justice, that is Libra energy. How is number one's person feeling about number one? How are they feeling about number one? I feel like those three want to come out. And might as well have another one, as we have 4 there. So that's at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Right, okay, so we've got 3 of Cups. We've got the Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups, Ace of Swords. 7 of Cups. And the Tower. So interestingly, the Tower has come out for them and how they're feeling about the connection. So they're feeling as well that the connection is not on a sure footing. It is not on a steady, it doesn't have a steady foundation. It doesn't have a firm foundation. You know, it goes with the crumbling. It's like it's at a make or break kind of moment. It might actually be in separation as well. So they're feeling, but it was a shock. I feel like for both of you, the situation coming to an end or the situation falling apart was maybe a shock, or maybe something that you didn't quite expect. It's also making them feel in turmoil. So that I don't think they're happy in the current situation. It might have been around another person or another party, because I just noticed that with this row of cards around you, 3 came out together and then 1. And then in their feelings, 3 came out together and then 1. And then the first one was 3 of Cups. And I just had a feeling there might be a third party or a third person involved in this situation that might have caused some disruption here, that might have caused some turmoil. But how they're feeling is that I feel that they do want, a bit like you with the 3 of Cups here, they do want to celebrate, they do want to return to joy, they do want to return to celebration. I think they also want a clear clarity. So if it's in confusion, if it's in separation, if you don't know what's going on, I think they too also, in some respects, want clarity. But what makes them different to you is that they are slightly more dithery than you, and that might be what's causing you frustration. Because with the 7 of Cups here, that it might be that they do want clarity for themselves, but I'm not sure, or I don't feel that they're convinced that they are clear about whether that is with you. Because also here we've got 3 people, and that also says yes, just say yes. And I feel like maybe for some of you, you are in a 3-way situation, and that you are possibly the third party, and that the just say yes is about, look, come on, just say yes to me. And you know, that means you've got to make choices, because the 7 of Cups here is about having lots of choices, or thinking you've got lots of choices, and dreaming and sort of being a bit dithery, underneath the Knight of Pentacles, which is this kind of incredibly slow movement. So underneath where you things are going, where you think maybe that things are going really slowly, because the Knight of Pentacles is, you know, very slow movement. So maybe, you know, this situation is just about hanging on by a thread, and there is a very slow, you know, there's nothing happening in terms of its progress. Well, underneath that for them is this kind of like dithering and not really being sure. You know, they want a new cycle. I do feel like they do want clarity, and they want a new cycle, a new beginning, but they are sort of a little bit dithery, a little bit stuck. Whereas I think you're more, in this situation, you're more, right, we need to decide this, there needs to be a way forward here, we need clarity. And they do want that, but they're still umming and ahhing, really. And their overarching energy is the Emperor. Well, the Emperor is all about a strategy, a plan. So I feel like they are still not clear about a strategy or a plan about how to move this situation forward. Whereas for you, you are like, look, we need balance, we need to get this back on track, and I want it to move quickly. I'm frustrated. Whereas they're sort of thinking, oh, you know, they're still deep in thought about how to do that. They're still wondering about, should you do it this way? Should you do it that way? And maybe it was because of their kind of dithering. It was because of their lack of clarity, their stalling, their not wanting to move the situation forward, that brought it into this kind of tower moment, really, where it's sort of security, its stability, its foundation has been rocked. It could be as well that some of you are actually with the Justice card and with the Emperor card. Maybe this is somebody that you're married to or you're in a long-term connection with, and it's coming to separation, maybe because of a third party or a third situation or something like that. So I feel like, you know, in a funny kind of way, I feel like both of you do have feelings for each other. There is a connection here, a strong connection here. But I just feel that this person that you're inquiring about is simply not ready still to make a decision. I feel like this is about making a decision to move the situation forward. It's like a make or break moment, which I think you are sort of frustrated and saying, look, come on, we need to move, let's just do it. But they're still sort of dithering here. So I think that's the kind of difference, really. There is feelings on both sides, and there is, a bond between you for sure. But my sense is that your feelings of frustration, of the slowness of the situation is correct, because they're still kind of daydreaming about it. They haven't got a clear plan of action, and that's why they've got the Emperor as their overarching energy, because actually that's what they need to do. To bring it into balance, they need to have a plan, they need to strategize, they need to act with decisiveness, to act with authority, and they're not doing it because they've got the Seven of Cups. They might still be in the Three of Cups, they might still be maybe not seeing the seriousness of the situation in some way. For some of you, not kind of like cottoning on to, they're still seeing it as kind of light or something like that, or where in actual fact they need to be more focused, they need to have more clarity, they need to have more, they need to give things much more thought. But they're kind of like, for some of you, it might be that they're just kind of happy to just go along, have a good time, and not really see much, not really plan much for the future. And that might be what brought it into separation, because they had no kind of plan for the future. There was no, there was no commitment to the situation. So that's kind of where I think they're at. Let's have some more guidance. Is there any more guidance? What should pile number 1 do in this situation, please? What should they do? What's the guidance for pile number 1 in this situation? I've got 2 here. Okay. But I always look at the bottom because that says luck. Okay, so number 28, luck. Then we've also got ghosts here. So maybe this person just ghosted you, or they stopped contact with you suddenly with the Tower card here. Maybe you don't have any contact with them. Maybe this is about somebody that you're inquiring about, that you don't have any contact with anymore, that you are not, there's a separation there, that they seem like a ghost to you, something like that. And then we've also got 21 gifts. This could be what this could be is this could be a situation of cycles as well, where sometimes this person comes towards you and you get together and it's great, and they might offer you gifts and give you things and to get you back. And then other times they sort of, when they've got what they want, they kind of go, they ghost you, you don't hear from them, it's something like that. Because here, this is also a bit of an opposite, something that's crumbling, and it says, what are you clinging on to? And then it's got the yes. So I feel like maybe it's a bit of like, sometimes they come towards you, you get together, and then sometimes, they pull away, and it's kind of like, again, that sort of lack of commitment, where they come in and they impress and they, you know, in order to kind of gain what they want, and then they detach and then they retreat and then they pull away. So if you're in a three-way situation and you're the third party or something like that, that might be what happens. I mean, with the Emperor, that can be an archetypal father figure. So maybe this person is committed, or maybe you're committed in this situation. Maybe there is already a commitment, and that is why you're thinking, you know, why am I clinging on to this situation? Because this person, although they might like me, they might be attracted to me, there might be chemistry there might be a connection there. You know, I don't feel like this person's ever going to commit to me, you know, because they see me as maybe something that's light or something that's dreamy, or, you know, but there's no real plan about how we are actually going to move forward as a couple ourselves. And I feel like I'm having to be the one that puts in all the work in the situation. I feel like that might be what's going on as well for some of you. Now, in terms of astrological signs for these, Three of Cups, that is Cancer energy. Swords could be Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. And the Emperor is obviously Aries. So I feel like, yeah, let's see if we've got any more. One more card for pile number one here. I feel like the advice here with these two cards for you, pile number one, is that if this is a relationship of cycles and they come backwards and forwards and, you know, they try and sort of tempt you in, or they try to, you know, offer you things or flatter you to get what they want and then they go. Maybe there's something about you now, you know, ghosting them or turning your back on them, or saying, well, actually, you know, I don't want to be in that cycle anymore, because actually, a bit like what I was saying here, you know, I'm clear about what I want, and what I want in my life is balance. It's balance and doing the right thing and a new cycle and a rising up and a much better, you know, a much better life for myself. I don't want indecision. I don't want a bit of fun. I don't want, you know, insecurity, instability. You know, I want to say yes to a new cycle for me. So maybe there's something like that, you know, to give yourself that gift. Maybe that is the gift that you're giving yourself, you know, to put this relationship, you know, behind you. If this person is unable to commit. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Yeah, I feel like maybe for some of you, this person, you know, is around commitment, and maybe they have behaved in a way, you know, with the crumbling and the tower here, or behaved in deceptive ways. Maybe it's around, you know, connections to other people or other situations, and then, you know, maybe they try and come back to you with a gift, or they try and come back to you with something, and they want to convince you to go back into the situation. But actually what you want is something fair, something just, a fairness to you, a rising up to you, something better. But I feel this person kind of wants to keep the old, maybe the old pattern going, where they are very guarded in their emotions. So they keep their emotions very guarded, because that is the King of Swords and the Emperor. You know, they're not open with their emotions. So there's no real sort of emotional depth or connection going on. So something like that. But you actually don't want that. You want something better. And this one says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I think there is a message in there in this reading for you, pile number one, about that actually. I'm sure you do love yourself, but I think this might have been quite a testing situation for you that you're currently in, or quite a testing relationship for you. And it is about loving yourself. It is about respecting yourself, because when you love and respect yourself, then you tend to attract energy that matches that. But anyway, pile number one, that's been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, so you can know, you know, when I next upload a reading. But other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 2, welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading we're doing, aren't we, you versus them, your feelings versus their feelings, you know, do they match, is there any correlation? So we're going to be doing some tarot cards. You came into the reading under the beautiful green Aventurine here, and the Earth Wisdom Oracle deck, and we're going to be doing a couple of these cards from this Oracle deck, as well as some tarot and some other cards where we get some advice from Spirit maybe at the end of the reading. But anyway, first of all, let's I just want to say big thanks for if you've liked, shared, subscribed. Really, really important, and I really do appreciate it. It's so lovely, because obviously without your support, then the channel wouldn't grow, and it is growing. So thank you so much for that. But let's see. So let's get a bit of a sense of, what is the sort of current energy, if you like, between pile number 2 and their person. Please can you give me a card that maybe gives me an idea of the current energy. I've got 1, I've got 2. I'll go for that. What's the current energy of pile number 2 and their person? So we've got awareness. Awareness. And we've got go with the flow. Awareness, go with the flow. Card number 20. Okay, so maybe something's like coming to light in this situation, or someone's just catching on to some feelings here, or with the Moon card, maybe something's hidden. Maybe this situation is a hidden situation with the Moonlight here. Maybe there's a strong sort of like, you're sort of strongly in tune with each other. So I feel like maybe you're strongly in tune with each other. You might be connecting in the 5D through sort of dreams, through just sort of like a psychic link, a spiritual link. So that might be an awareness that you kind of are aware of. You might not be, I don't know what's going to come out here. So even if you're not actually in a connection with this person, but it's like a crush or something like that, it just feels like there's a strong pull. You might be a pull for each other. It might be a connection where it's in cycles, because the moon governs the tides. Tides come out, they go in, they come out, they go in. So there's a sort of cyclical nature. So for some of you might be in a connection like that. But there might be also a need for you to just kind of chill in this situation, to just relax, to just go with the flow. So whatever's happening, there's something about you needing to just go with it, to not resist it. Whatever it happens to be, to kind of just go with the flow, to just resist, to not resist it. And that might be why you've got the awareness, to just not, to just let, Spirit, whatever's happening, it's kind of like almost like a meant to be thing. So whatever's going on in this situation, it's just like be aware that it's kind of like a meant to be. That might be why there's a sort of spiritual nature to it. It's kind of guided by Spirit. It's got a lot of protection around it, and you're just gonna go. You just need to just go with it in terms of whatever is happening. I know sometimes that's easier said than done, because I don't know what's coming out here, but there is something about just surrendering to fate, to destiny, to things that are going on that are kind of bigger than the 3D world, if you know what I mean. So it's being guided, this connection, whatever's going on in this connection is being guided by something bigger than you and them and, the 3D world, something like that. But anyway, let's get a sense of how you're feeling, and this would give you an idea of whether this is your pile. So how is pile number 2 feeling about their person right now? What are their feelings for their person? What are their feelings for their person? So we've got 5 of Swords. We've got 4 of Pentacles. And we've got Temperance. Right. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 5 of Cups. So I feel like you're feeling, you might be in separation from this person, with the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. 5s talks about challenges. So this situation might be going through some challenges. You might be made aware of certain things that have challenged it, or maybe certain things have come to light. Maybe certain things were hidden, or maybe you're thinking and feeling certain things are being hidden from you, and that might be creating stress, because the 5 of Swords, well, the 5 of Swords can talk about victory, or it can talk about defeat, depending on, how you look at it. It's normally victory at somebody else's expense. So here, I just feel like this person is I feel like you're really stressed at the moment about this connection, because you've got this crow, this person holding onto their head, this crow almost like talking into them, talking into their head. I feel like you've got a lot of, you know, things that you're thinking about, thoughts that are going over and over in your mind, and it's really stressing you out. And the overarching energy is the Five of Cups. Well, the Five of Cups is about focusing on loss. It is a feeling of loss. It is a feeling of being kind of heavy and deep in a sense of loss, really. So maybe this is something where you are in separation from this person, or where you are either in separation or not happy with this person, or feeling disgruntled, feeling dissatisfied in this connection, but you want to hold on to it. I feel like there's a sense somehow that you want to hold on to the situation, because the Four of Pentacles is a holding on kind of energy. It can mean that you're holding on to something kind of too tightly sometimes. So there's sort of like a bit of a... I mean, just for some of you, it might be that this connection is something that you rely on in terms of kind of materially, or because that can sometimes be the Four of Pentacles, you know, holding on to something because it sort of materially gives you stability and security. So maybe there's something like that going on just for some of you, and so you feel like you have to hold on to it because it's, you know, I don't know, maybe you're married, or you've got responsibilities together, or you've got commitments together, and so it's really important for you, even though it might stress you out, or you might make you unhappy, or a sense of loss, that you hold on to it somehow. Now, overall, you know, what you want is balance. Temperance is balance. You want things to come back into balance, I think, here. You want things to come back into alignment. You want things to be healed. Temperance is also a card of healing. So if you are in separation from this person, if you are, you know, or going through a difficult time with this person, or there is some issue with this person, I feel like you want healing. But I think there's a strong message here for you to, I think there's a strong message for you here around acceptance. Maybe a need for acceptance, and if you accept and go with the flow, then that will lead to balance and healing for you. So there might be something like that going on for some of you as well. And in terms of astrological signs, the Five of Swords is Aquarius energy, Four of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, Temperance is Sagittarius, and Five of Cups is Taurian energy. Because with the Five of Cups, that can be an energy where we are, you know, hankering or looking back and focusing on something that probably, you know, that probably isn't that great for us, when in actual fact, you know, if we wanted to, we could choose to focus on moving forward. So the Five of Cups has a little bit of an energy of kind of, you know, looking back, focusing on the past, because normally in the Five of Cups you have somebody in the middle of three cups on one side or behind them, three cups in front of them and two cups behind them, and their focus is on the three cups that have spilt, that is in front of them, whereas in actual fact they've got two cups that is behind them. So the potential, really, the two cups is the potential for, you know, for better times, for, you know, love, really, but they're not seeing that. So that's kind of also the message of the Five of Cups. Let's have a look to see. In fact, I'm being called to do one of these cards. I don't know why. Let's do this. What else have we got? What other, you know, guidance is there here for pile number 2 right now in this situation? What's the guidance for pile number 2? The Elk and the Ash, strength. Yeah, so maybe there's a need, just something around, you know, in this situation. It might be really hard for you, pile number 2, because I do feel like you might be going through it a little bit here with the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups, and the need for balance and equilibrium. But then I feel like really in a way, Spirit is saying, you know, we are here, we are offering you strength, we are offering you guidance, You know, you do have the strength to get through a situation if it's tough. It may not feel like it, but you do have the strength to get through it and, you know, access us. You know, whatever that happens to be, whether that happens to be through meditation, whether that happens to be through creative pursuits, whatever it's, however you access spirit, and I'm assuming that you are a pretty spiritual person because you're having this sort of tarot reading, you know, it's about accessing, accessing your inner world to give you strength to get through this situation. That might be why you have go with the flow, because go with the flow is also about balance. It might be that you've been you're out of alignment because of what's going on in this situation. You are kind of holding on to something maybe that needs to be let go of. But what you're being asked to is to just kind of release and surrender. And that you've got the strength to be able to do that. And that spirit is around you to give you strength, to enable you to do that. But let's see how they are feeling. So how is pile number 2's person currently feeling? How is pile number 2's person currently feeling right now? King of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. It's interesting you've got 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. How is pile number 2's person currently feeling? Hanged Man. And the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, I think your person is also feeling in this situation. I do definitely feel that a lot of you are in separation from this person, 100%. Because the overarching energy for them is the 3 of Swords. So they're equally not happy. So this might be a situation whereby, you know, you both need to have the strength to get through this difficult period. The 3 of Swords talks about loss, separation, heartache. So I feel like they are also feeling this. There's also I think both of you, there is a sense of dissatisfaction in the connection. Dissatisfaction with how the connection is. There's on both sides, I feel there's a lack of recognition or acknowledgement of the potential of the situation. There's a real focus on what's gone wrong in the situation, a real focus on the heartache of the situation, and there might have been a lot that has gone on in the situation. I'm not trying to suggest that there hasn't, but I think both of you have this sense of not wanting to see potential in the situation. So it's like almost like both of you feel like you've kind of can't see you know, a way kind of forward in the connection because maybe too much has gone on. The Hanged Man is sort of like a period of suspension and sort of stuckness, really. The Hanged Man is also about having to see things from a new perspective, but I feel like your person kind of maybe knows that things have to shift and change, maybe, if the connection is to survive, but I feel like with them there's a little bit of a resistance to them doing that because this Hanged Man looks a little bit uncomfortable in that state of kind of shifting and seeing things from a new perspective. So you might want balance and harmony in the situation. You might want to go back to the situation, but I feel like they are not comfortable with creating that. They are not comfortable with creating balance, and they sort of, their state is to, I think they still want to remain separate. They still want to remain in separation. I feel that they feel in separation, and I have to be honest here, pile number 2, I feel that they feel more stable, more solid, more secure, more satisfied in separation rather than being with you. And that might be why we have go with the flow, awareness. It's about you and the 4 of Pentacles. So maybe it's this reading is sort of saying, look, it's maybe about time to let go of this connection, because I feel like this person here, and I don't feel they properly appreciated you. I've got to be honest. I feel that's the other thing as well. I don't think you were properly appreciated in this situation. I feel there's a lot of just not what, maybe they didn't offer you much love, they didn't offer you much affection, they didn't give you much emotional commitment. They didn't, maybe it was quite a difficult relationship, quite an argumentative relationship, or a relationship which was very selfish maybe, or they kind of just had what they wanted or something like that, and it caused you a lot of stress. And I feel like what this reading is really saying is that, you know, from their point of view, they don't want to create balance. They don't want to create, they don't want to hold on to the situation. I think for them, they want to create a more stable situation for themselves. Kind of that's what I'm feeling, really, because there's a sort of, with the Hangman and the Four of Cups here, there's a kind of like a stubbornness, a barrier really to them, to kind of to wanting to build something again with you. And that might be why you've got the strength, because you know it's going to take a lot of strength for you to deal with that, or maybe it has taken a lot of strength for you to be able to deal with that. King of Pentacles is Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. Four of Cups is Cancer energy, and the Hangman is Pisces energy. Three of Swords, that is Libra energy. Let's see if we've got anything else here. What other card have we got here maybe for pile number 2 in their person? What advice do we have for pile number 2 now? What advice? What advice have we got for pile number 2, please? Cashing. Card number 7. Okay, so what is this? What is this actually? We've got this card here, cashing. Cashing means, I mean, maybe, because this bird is, what they're doing here is this bird is collecting up these little, I think it's supposed to be bits of food, and they're burying it so that they can come back to it later. So maybe there's something here about, maybe there's some healing that needs to go on in this situation, and that has not, that there needs to be some awareness. So maybe there's some healing and some awareness that needs to go on in this situation for both of you, and it's not ready yet to come back together, to come back into alignment. But maybe there's something in this card about, and maybe I feel like as well with the 7, this might be like, you know, because there is, I feel like there's a lesson in this connection really for you. There's some lessons that can be learned really. You know, maybe it's around self-awareness, maybe it's around you stepping into your own power, you becoming more, more kind of like confident or something like that. But there needs to be some healing to get to that point. And it might be something that you can return to at a later date, but I don't see that sort of like straight away. So I feel like you do have to have a lot of strength to get through this situation. But I feel like this bird is kind of putting these things, or these little bits of food away, they're burying them for them to come back to, so that no one else, maybe your person feels that they'll be able to come back to the situation at a later date. But at the moment, I feel it's something that's kind of on hold, or maybe it's something that's on hold because certain healing has to happen with the number 7 here, because 7 is all about, you know, introspection, contemplation, soul development. So there needs to be a period of separation. Often we have to do that on our own, don't we? So I feel like that might be what the advice from Spirit is, you know, to go inwards and to do some healing around this situation, because that is going to give you internal balance. That's going to give you, make you feel more balanced, really. If you was to rush straight back into this situation, it probably wouldn't do that, because there's a lack of appreciation on both sides. Both of you haven't healed enough. You're both still kind of unhappy with each other, really. So you're not really, you're both, I feel like you're both unhappy in yourself, not unhappy in yourselves, but you're both needing to heal certain things within yourself. And then when you've done that, there's a possibility of being able to return to the situation. Let's see what else we've got here. And funny enough, I mean, green, this is all on the green. We have the green Oracle card, we have the green Aventurine. I feel like green is very much part of the heart chakra. It's also a very kind of like, it's a very healing colour. It's a very nourishing colour. And I feel like there needs to be a lot of healing still in this situation between the two of you and within yourselves, both of you. What have we got here? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So maybe there's just something about this connection where you, you know, where you lost, you know, where you sort of stopped talking to each other. And maybe there's something about, you know, later down the track, kind of restarting it and you having a better kind of like friendship, a better connection. You know, you talk to one another, you get to know each other again. So maybe there's something about that. I feel like at the moment, it's like the two of you just can't really appreciate each other at the moment. So maybe for later down the track, you would need to kind of get to know each other again. Something like that. Is there anything else for pile number 2 in their person? Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Yeah, I mean, I feel like at the moment you might be going through a bit of a tricky time, pile number 2, and you might need to get support in this situation. So if you do have people around you, if you're lucky enough to have people around you that you feel you can trust, then it's about reaching out really and gaining support, letting them support you. You know, it's always good to talk, isn't it? Anything else for pile number 2 here? The person. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah, so basically you might have had a very strong attraction to this person. There might have been a lot of attraction, there might have been a lot of chemistry, there might have been a lot of, it might have been, as I said, I think at the beginning, you know, there might have been a sort of cycles to it where you come together, you pull apart, something like that. But at the moment, I just feel that it's probably in separation. And the chemistry might have been the thing that kept it going, really. But I just feel with this person, they... there's a sort of a lack of, yeah, just a lack of, from both of you, a sort of a deeper appreciation of each other. That's kind of what I'm saying. There's a lack of a sort of deeper appreciation somehow. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in your next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we're doing you versus them. You know, your feelings versus their feelings. You know, are they the same or are there differences? Now, you chose to come into the relationship, not into the relationship, I beg your pardon, into the reading under the blue lace agate. And also the Sufi Wisdom Oracle. And I'm going to be using this sort of at the beginning, drawing 1 or 2 cards at the beginning and then maybe at the end for some advice, as well as some other oracle cards here. And I'm going to be doing a row on what you are feeling, and it gives you a chance to see if this is the right pile, and then a row on what they are feeling, of tarot cards I should say. Let's make those a bit straighter there. So let's go straight to it. So let's get a sense. Thanks ever so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. Really is important. It just tells me, you know, that you like my channel, that, you know, it also enables the channel to grow, which is fantastic. And it means I can do more readings like this one. So thanks so much for doing that. Okay, let's see. So can you tell me what is general energy? Just one card that gives me the general energy currently between pile number 3 and their person. What is that? Simple pleasures. Look for beauty that is all around you. Simple pleasures. Okay. What else have we got here? Anything for pile number 3 and their person? What have we got? Happy life. Live a less guarded life. So it feels like this is a very sort of like simple pleasures, live a happy life. I feel like there's a lot of good energy between you for sure. Or certainly the potential for good energy. I feel like this, you know, both of you really enjoy each other, or have the potential again to really enjoy each other, to really enjoy each other's company. Maybe you like the simple things in life. Maybe you, maybe, you know, there's a lot of attraction between the two of you. I feel like there's a lot of attraction here between the two of you. They see you in a very attractive way. Live a less guarded life. maybe there's a need for more happiness. That's the other way of reading this. There's a need for more happiness in this connection. There's a need for more trust in the connection. We live a less guarded life. And if there's happiness, if there's trust, then you're going to have a great connection, obviously. Look for beauty. That is all around you. So maybe it's about finding, you know, finding or appreciating the connection more. Even in the little things, you know, appreciating the little things of the connection, or finding the good things in the connection, something like that. Anyway, let's see what's going on. So how is pile number 3 feeling? Now, I haven't even said it properly. I'm not going to take those. How is pile number 3 currently feeling in this connection, please? And this will give you a good sense, hopefully, of whether this is the right pile for you. How is pile number 3 currently feeling in this connection? Please, can you tell me how they're currently feeling about their person and this connection? 6 of Wands. Oh, lovely. How is pile number 3 currently feeling? 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And 6 of Pentacles. Right. So I think you're feeling pretty positive here. These are very positive cards. And the bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. Right, it's a beautiful Hanged Man, actually, isn't it? Okay. So, that one seems to have dropped out, which is the Devil. Okay, so I think what I think you're feeling is that you actually care very much for this person. I feel like you care very much for this person because we've got this 10 of Pentacles right in the centre. And the 10 of Pentacles is about is sort of like a committed energy. You might be in a committed situation with this person. You might be married to them. You might be in a long-term relationship with them. You might, you know, have a family with them. You might have children with them. I believe that you care deeply for this person. You may have created a life with them. You may want to create a life with them. You may see them as your person to settle down with, to create a life with, to build something with. Now you've got 6 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles on both sides. And 6 is about harmony. It's about peace, it's about contentment, it's about love, marriage, cooperation. So like I say, you might be married or wanting to be married or wanting to be committed to this person. And I, you know, with the simple pleasures and the happy life, it just makes me feel, you know, simple pleasures makes me think of, you know, pleasure in the everydayness of life, you know, of your family, of your, you know, your material things. And that goes very well with the 10 of Pentacles, you know, just enjoying the everyday life in the 3D world. Appreciating it, and I feel that's what you are in this connection. You do actually appreciate that, or you do see the potential for that in this connection. 6 of Wands is a card of recognition and acknowledgement. You feel recognised and acknowledged in this connection. 6 of Pentacles is that you feel that there is a you know, that there's a potential again for give and take in this situation, because this is also a card of generosity, you know, so you want to give to the situation, you want to give, you want to be generous with this person. I mean, there could be that just for a few of you, because of some of the other cards that have come out here, that this person or you or this person maybe are in committed relationships at the moment. That could be what's going on. That you are in committed relationships at the moment, but you are being tempted with the Devil here. That this person is a temptation for you, or you're a temptation for this person. That could be what's going on. Or it could be that, you know, you feel these things for this person, but for some reason at the moment, there are some issues. Because the Hanged Man is about, I mean, you might be in sort of like temporary separation or something like that from this person. The Hanged Man is a suspended energy. It's an energy that's on pause, to reevaluate, to reassess, to shift, to look at things from a new perspective, to look at things from a new angle. So maybe you're feeling that this connection needs to shift in some way. Now, maybe it needs to shift to bring in all of these, this kind of feeling of commitment, this feeling of recognition, this feeling of acknowledgement, this feeling of reciprocation that you want. back from your person and that you feel towards your person. So maybe there's something like it needs to shift to give you that, or something has happened to kind of bring this into threat in some way, and therefore you know you're feeling it needs to have a new perspective. We need to think this through, because maybe something has come along with the Devil card here to disrupt it, to disrupt the harmony, to disrupt the happy life, to disrupt the simple pleasures. Because the Devil is about an energy where we feel tied to something. It's normally some kind of a habit. So we feel tied to something negative, either a person or a behaviour or a way of thinking that we have allowed to control us. So maybe something has come along for you that has kind of disrupted your sense of happiness, disrupted your sense of harmony in some way. And you feel trapped, or it makes you feel trapped, it makes you feel like you can't get out of that. But in actual fact, the Devil is an illusion. So, you know, we can always get out of situations or things that are harming us, or that are not very good for us. Or it's you are seeing this person as a temptation to your... So maybe this person for you is like a temptation, somebody that you like. Maybe you're in a committed situation. Maybe you have a very stable life. Maybe you are in this situation. This person is a temptation to you. They are tempting you in some way, and it's causing you to reassess. It's causing you to reassess your situation. So something like that. So, but I do feel that you, that for a lot of you, that you know you have very positive feelings towards this person. But for some reason, something's come along to kind of interrupt that, to shift that, to change that, to alter that. And maybe it's about something coming along to tempt them, or something coming along to tempt you, or something that is controlling the situation in a kind of negative way, either through thinking or habits or behaviour or something like that. But your feelings are that on the whole, I think for a lot of you, you are committed to this person. You know, feel a love for this person, you feel happy with this person, but maybe it's in separation because something has happened to disrupt the equilibrium in some way. Now let's see how they are feeling. So in terms of astrological signs, Six of Wands is strength. Actually interesting. No, Six of Wands, sorry, is Leo. It does relate to the strength card. It's interesting that I said the strength there. Maybe you feel like at the moment you need some strength in this situation, something like that. Maybe someone's being tempted, or somebody's been tempted in this situation, and it's caused some separation or some disruption here. Maybe you're being tempted and you're rethinking things. Yeah, maybe it was just that this for some of you, you know, you've got this very settled life. But you want in something a bit more, maybe you're just feeling a little bit bored. That's the one word that I want to say. Maybe you're feeling a little bit bored and you want a bit more excitement or something like that going on. Okay, it's just for some of you, that's very specific. So how is pile number 3's person feeling about pile number 3 right now? How is pile number 3's person feeling about pile number 3 right now? Or maybe you're not believing it. So maybe this, because the Devil can be self-limiting beliefs. Maybe you're not quite believing this happiness that you're experiencing. Maybe you're not quite believing this commitment that this person might be promising you. Maybe you're not quite believing that, you know, maybe you're doubting, maybe you're fearful of it. Maybe you're thinking, there's no way I could have this happy life. There's no way it could be this good. So maybe there's something like that going on for you at the moment, pile number 3. So how is pile number 3's person feeling about pile number 3? And that's why you're having this reading, because you want to know how they are feeling. Page of Pentacles. How is pile number 3's person feeling right now? Page of Wands. 3 of Swords. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, so they are also you know, they see you as a very significant relationship, because the overarching energy is the Two of Cups. Okay, so you are a very important relationship to them. The Two of Cups is, you know, about partnership, friendship, relationship. And so I think there's a mutual feeling between the two of you. There's a mutual attraction. The Two of Cups is about a relationship that has a firm foundation of friendship. So I do think for a lot of you, you know, you are maybe settled and committed, and this relationship is a long-term relationship that you're asking about, because that is also coming up in their feelings. But I feel like something's happened here, because with them, they are feeling a bit heartbroken, or, you know, quite a lot heartbroken, because we've got Three of Swords here. They are feeling out in the cold, they are feeling lost, they are feeling unhappy. You know, they are not feeling, maybe they're not feeling appreciated, something like that, or maybe they haven't appreciated you and it's coming to separation. But their overarching feeling is that they want the relationship, you know, they want to be in the relationship with the Two of Cups here. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, maybe they are feeling that they have behaved possibly a little bit in a bit of a young way. Pages are quite an immature energy, so maybe they've behaved in immature ways, which they're now maybe regretting because it's led to loss or separation. Maybe they're just a bit more emotionally immature than you, or a little bit younger than you. But pages are also about new beginnings, and I feel like this person is feeling that they definitely want a new beginning, or they want to be with you. So if you've come into temporary separation because maybe something got in the way with the Devil card here, they want to have a new beginning with you, and maybe they're just feeling, you know, possibly that they've got a lot to learn, a lot of healing to do with the two pages here. They want to message you. If you're in separation, I feel like they definitely want to message you. The pages is all about messages. Page of Wands is about an exciting new beginning with you. They want to be with you. They want to learn all they can about you. They want to connect with you. Maybe this is a situation where you're feeling they're in a committed situation, like I said before, and you're the temptation. I feel like they are wanting this new beginning, this new start with you, because the Two of Cups, they've got the Two of Cups here. But maybe they're thinking that in order to do that, it would mean loss, separation and heartache from another situation. That could also be what's going on here, and that might be worrying them and causing them stress. But I feel it's almost definitely in separation in some way. But I think that both of you do really care about each other. That's kind of what's coming across here. The both of you do really care about each other. You do really have strong feelings for you. I think a lot of you, this is a long-term committed connection that has maybe come into some issues, some troubles, some doubts, some fears, some limiting behaviours. Maybe somebody's had some addictions or something like that. Or maybe you are just thinking a lot, because the Devil card can be sort of like obsessively, somebody who's obsessively thinking about something. I feel like maybe you're obsessively thinking, giving a lot of thought into this connection, a lot of time, a lot of energy into this connection. But they definitely see you as a significant connection. You are the Two of Cups, you know, that is. But again, it reminds me of a relationship that's quite long-standing, or maybe it's a friendship. You know, you're inquiring about somebody who is a friendship, and you're wanting to know whether they want to develop it in any way. And maybe you're doubting that. Maybe you have limiting beliefs about it. Maybe they have limiting beliefs about it. Maybe you think it could never happen with the Devil card here. And maybe that's why you need to shift and change your perspective, because in actual fact they do want that. But there is definitely fears here. Maybe there is fears here with this person as well, in terms of bringing this situation back together, or in terms of bringing this situation together. Maybe they've been hurt before. Maybe they've had experienced loss before and they don't want to have that again. But they certainly see you as a significant relationship and somebody that they would want to have a long-term committed connection with, for sure. Is there anything else, any other cards that we can have for card number 3 and their person right now? Anything else for card number 3 and their person? Oh, dominance. Dominance here. So maybe with the Devil card, you know, somebody was behaving in a way, because the Devil card is about immediate gratification, instant gratification, getting what you want irrespective of other people's feelings. So I feel like with this card, maybe somebody's behaved in a selfish way, just got what they want irrespective of how that might have hurt somebody else. Maybe something like that has been going on here. But with the poppy here, and also 1 and 6 comes to 7, doesn't it? I think this they maybe want peace now. I feel like maybe this person wants peace, or there's a need for peace now in this situation. Because this poppy is just peeping through here. Yeah, so something like that. And 7 is all about, you know, soul searching, meditation, wisdom, solitude. So maybe I feel this, you know, maybe there's a need to, you know, for there to be balance back in the situation, or peace to be brought back to the situation. And maybe this person, if it's this person that's been dominant, is recognising that that's not the way to behave, that they want to kind of learn from that. With the Page of Pentacles, they want to learn from that experience. And maybe they know, they recognise they've got a long way to go, but they want to learn from it and do things differently. But maybe they're just worried that you possibly wouldn't take them back here. What else have we got? Any other cards for card number 3 in their person? Confidence, the Boar and the Pumpkin. So maybe they are, I feel like that one wants to come out as well. Determination. So yeah, maybe they feel like they need to gain more confidence, they need to have determination, something like that, to bring this situation back into being. I feel like both of you do actually essentially want to be back together. I do feel that. So maybe there is something about being more confident in that, feeling more confident about that, feeling more confident that you can overcome any issues or problems, as hard as that may be, being determined to do that. Because I feel like there is a mutual love in this situation. There is a mutual desire to be with each other. And I feel like the advice is to maybe, if possible, you know, to try and overcome whatever issues might have been. Maybe, you know, it's about regaining trust, live a less guarded life, you know, enjoying each other again through, you know, simple pleasures, through, you know, beginning again, through getting to know each other again, by overcoming hurdles, by overcoming problems, something like that, and looking for the beauty in the small things of the connection, something like that, appreciating each other, really. Anything else? One more card for pile number 3 in their person. What have we got here? Oh, we've got 2 come out, and we have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Yeah, there's something about just, if it has been heavy, it has been difficult, if you are in separation, there's something about maybe regaining that, possibly. But then we've also got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So maybe with the Devil, because the Devil card is about not having any control, it's about completely, and it goes very well with the free yourself, because maybe there's some patterns, some thoughts, some limiting behaviour, some behaviour or thoughts that have controlled them. It's about freeing yourself from that now, getting out of that negativity, and moving on from that, healing from that. So I feel like if there's been something that's happened in this connection, I think the thing is that both of you want it back, both of you see the potential of it, both of you maybe share a really good history together, have a lot together, and you want that back, you want to get that back, you want that back, they want that back, because both of you recognise the love in the connection and the beauty of the connection, despite the fact that you might have gone through some issues. I mean, every relationship goes through issues, and obviously, you know, I don't want to minimise what may or may not have happened, but I think what this reading says is that both of you, I feel, are on the same page in terms of wanting to heal and move forward in a positive way. But anyway, pile number 3, that's been your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.